What's up, gamers? Are you ready for some more hardcore girls falling in love action? Then you've come to just the right YouTube video. Welcome back to Flowers. It's springtime. Told you I wasn't gonna say it again. Why did you expect me to? I'm gonna make a fool. I know I've mastered the YouTube trade. I know how to not make a gigantic fool of myself. Name 112 times that I've made a fool of myself online. Go ahead and try. Let's get right back into things. We're gonna take our test. Let's hope we're doing good. Let's pass it. Let's ace it. Let's go. Take your time to answer. Don't rush, says Sister Basquiat to Rika, who asks how much time we have. She says... Also, I kind of want to talk a bit about something because I realize that my stupid head's probably blocking, but you see that little flowery thingy over there on the right? That is like a little thing that has been kind of reacting to my choices. And I think that this like shows us like how close we are to an ending, maybe? I don't really know. There wasn't really exactly a manual, and I didn't look up a guide yet, because I don't know how the ending structure in this game works. I'm just winging it, and we'll see what we get. But yeah, this thing changes, and I guess periodically we'll look at it if it makes any more changes, so yeah. My big dumb head is blocking it for now, so apologies for that. How can you not rush? I faced my question page, feeling rushed and pressured by the sound of pencils scribbling on paper. What she really means is that the person who takes longest will make everyone else wait. Oh, this girl's got some growing to do. We need to make her have a little more self-confidence. She needs just the right girl pal that's gonna make her have the right amount of confidence. I know I have to do this quickly, but... This looks really complicated for a friend test, but I guess if it's a friend test, Jesus Christ, 150 questions? I guess if I was gonna take a written test to determine who's gonna be my friend, my school-appointed friend, I think 150 questions is probably like a good amount of knowledge to pull from. The test, spanning 150 questions, has many questions asking us, the students, about ourselves. If I try to answer them on the spot, I could probably answer them just fine, but I'm really neurotic and I need to overthink things. When I was a child, I was always follow orders without complaint. I agree, because I think she's definitely like that person. This girl definitely like listened to everything. If I answer without thinking things through, I might be paired with someone I wouldn't want to be paired with. I could get matched with an AMI-TA partner I'm incompatible with. It would be terrible. Like if you have to like spend 3 years in the same room with this person, you need to think carefully about this. I like to daydream. I agree. I mean, I like to daydream. Do I think she likes to daydream? Absolutely. I want to rush, but I can't. Still agonizing over it, I force myself to choose an answer. I do not care about manners. Disagree! Okay. Wasn't I told my manners were good? I think that as I move my pencil, it doesn't matter what you feel about yourself if others do not value you. I think about, or have tried, dressing as the opposite sex. Yes! I fill in the answer sheet while puzzling over what a strange question it is. Not a strange question for me. That's the one I had the answer to by the time I was like 11. I have received neurological or psychiatric treatment. Yes! I guess Suo is just gonna be Polly. It's an embarrassing question, but I suppose it's important that if we're all going to live together. I had a strange feeling that I was not myself. Yes! Sure! The moment I moved my pencil, all of a sudden, I felt a pain deep within my chest. It is a strange feeling, a painful and terrifying feeling, but you could do it, Suo. You can do it! Rubbing my furrowed brow with the pencil, I turn to the rest of the test questions. Is that it? We only had to answer those 3? I don't know what that did! Did that put us on the twins route? I don't know. Is that even a route? I don't know! They weren't on the key art for the game's banner, so I don't know. I have finished answering the long questions and have come to the last one. What kind of friend would you like? After finishing writing my answer, I finally take a breather and sneak a look around the class. I had written my answers in a hurry, since being last would be embarrassing, but now it seems I finished early and my handwriting's a goddamn disaster. I have to start over! I need to start over! What if my Hamitier partner doesn't like my handwriting? I'm screwed! High school's over, dude! I can still hear the sound of pencils running across paper. If that's the case, maybe I should write a bit more. The final question. For the question, what kind of friend would you like? I had specified in detail this and that about personality, but needs to think. She needs to believe that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. That's one of my major ones. Like, if you don't believe Die Hard is a Christmas movie, we're gonna have some problems. This is someone I'm going to be spending the next 3 years with. Every detail is important. Maybe 150 questions isn't enough for 3 years. That's like 50 questions per year. As I'm trying to take the paper in one hand, I drop my answer sheet and hurriedly bend over to pick it up. As I do, hey, how you doing? Mayuri picks my test up from the floor and hands it to me. Yeah. My face, no, my entire body instantly becomes hot. Why is she the one next to me? How? Questions swirl in my head. Damn, girls just moving, girls claiming territory already. So you are prime rib, and everybody here is a meatitarian. That is like the dumbest joke what is commentary? Why do people let me do this? This game's classy, and here I am, messing it all up. I had gotten up to go to the restroom once. When I came back to my seat, well... The back in front of me is not her petite form, but is a different person's back. Had there been a break when I went to the bathroom? When I'd come back, everyone was waiting for the test, so I had rushed back to my seat, but... You sit in the wrong seat. Finally comprehending that Mayuri really is sitting next to me, I take the test she's handing me with shaking hands. What? I think as I glimpse the test on Mayuri's desk. Oh no! Oh no! Hearing Mayuri's troubled voice, I look at her and see she is looking at the dense writing on my test. Seething with shame, I... ask, but yeah, like, I want to know more about her. Because she's adorable. I mean, look at her. Normal, got a little flower clip in her hair and everything. I like it. Oh, shit, hold on. Okay, this is definitely a route thing. Hold on. See? Now it's blossoming. So yeah, this, like, I think this determines, like, is it, like, maybe, like, what kind of flower sprouts up? Is that gonna determine? Well, I don't know. I think they're all gonna be the same for very obvious reasons, but... Okay, so my choices are changing this flower in real time, and it's like leveled up. So still not sure what that means, but I'm pretty sure it's got something to do with the route we're on. So anyway, I ask. I've gone and asked it. I've gone and done it.
私?
Of course, her eyebrows knit together at this, and I turn white as a sheet, wondering why I asked such a stupid question.
ごめんごめん。悩む必要もないくらい当たり前のことしか書いてなかったから。
Just a pretty down-to-earth girl. She points at the last answer I wrote with its multiple lines.
こんなに真面目に書いている人に聞かせるのが恥ずかしいかなって思って。
Aww. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm the same way. I write and say way too much when most people are just like, hey, Polly, you talk too damn much. So then I stop talking and don't talk anymore. She says it with a wry grin as she puts the test back on my desk. You gotta be sure about these things. Again, it's like 3 years of our life here. We gotta be serious.
優しい人がいいとか、人当たりがいいだとか、当たり前のことばかり書いてないで、もう少しちゃんと考えてみるよ。ありがとうね、白羽さん。
She do be really cute though. She smiles kindly at me, and the only thing I can say is, okay. It went amazingly, Suo. Like, she approached you. She's into you. Don't sweat it. I thought I had embarrassed Mayuri, but she seems happy. I pretend to proofread my test, burying my face in the answer sheet so as to hide my embarrassment. I wonder if we'll be asked what kind of person we want to be paired with. Having heard that there would be a final interview to determine our amitié partners, I'm sitting in one of the chairs lined up in the hallway, waiting for my turn. The words Ichigo had said when she went to her interview before me come to my lips, and I ruminate over them in my mind. Mayuri, who had picked up my test for me, comes to mind. No. I mean, Rika seems reliable too. I would be happy to have Rika, the class president and most studious person in my class, as my amitié partner. I choose... Wait, do I just get to choose? I'm gonna go with Mayuri. I kind of like her over... she's just cuter to me, okay? I remember her smiling kindly at me. Under the cherry blossoms in the dark of night, she'd smiled at me. Miss Suo Shirahane. Called upon by Sister Basquiat. I get to my feet. All right, here we go. Why don't we go together this time, she says. As I'm resting limply in the hallway after the nerve-wracking interview, Rika speaks to me. I am tired, and when she makes the offer again, I simply accept. We head outside the school building to where upperclassmen await us.
すごく綺麗ね。教室へ向かう際も思ったけれど、こういう西洋建築の建物って憧れだわ。白羽さんもそう思わない? Okay, I'm starting to think that like Ringo and Ichigo probably aren't going to be romantic options. I think it's just going to be Rika and Mayuri. Rika says, looking up at the high ceiling of the entrance, a rainbow of colors pours through the beautifully crafted stained glass in the ceiling. I nod to myself, thinking about how the wide entrance, which we'd had no time to look at while rushing to class, really is beautiful. 私の家は旧家で昔ながらの書院造りだったから、こういう西洋風のところに住むのが夢だったの。ドミトリーも同じような作りで素敵だったし。Live that dream, girl. Perhaps question marks have appeared around my head at the word dormitory because Rika smiles and explains. 宿舎のことをドミトリーって言うのよ。ミッションスクールに入学するのだから調べておいたの。I can't help but smile at Rika, who's proudly puffing out her chest.
っぱり子供っぽいと思うわよね。大人な白羽さんに話したのは失
She
敗だったかしら。
thinks we're mature? Have you seen the way we absolutely fall apart the second anyone says anything even remotely like complimentary or kind to us? Yes, lots of maturity.
ごめん。嘘嘘、冗談よ。やっと笑ってくれたからつい嬉しくなっちゃって。
Ooh, you sly devil, making a move.
昨日は勇気を出して話しかけたのに逃げられちゃったから気にしていたの。何か失礼なことをしたんじゃないのかって。
Nah, this girl's just adjusting to people.
そんなこと。そうならよかった。でもどうして走って行っちゃったの？
Well, you see, I am a very shy visual novel protagonist. Rika fiddles with the handrail and the old stairs as she asks me, and was she surprised? I mean, I don't. Well, just be honest. It's best to be honest. I don't know why I think this, but I start speaking to Rika, who seems anxious.
実は私とある理由で学校に通っていなかったの。そうなの？ええ、自宅内学習という制度で勉強はしていたのだけど、だから同年代の女の子と話すのは慣れていなくて、それで話しかけられた時どうしていいかわからなくなって。
She's so soft-spoken that it's actually very adorable. So even if she is kind of like, I guess she's kind of gonna be meant to be like the tall, kind of like, you know, girls don't normally like me because I'm super tall kind of thing. I guess she's got like that really soft way of speaking that's really soothing to the ears. I see. Rika mutters the words, nodding to herself, and looks down, a grave expression on her face. I regret ever saying a thing.
よかった。
Thanks goodness. What?
白羽さんをバカにしたのではなくて、嫌われたのじゃなくてよかったって思ったの。暗がりで急に呼びかけたのだから失礼だったって思ったし。
That could be a little jarring for sure. Maybe the hug was a, you know, maybe for a first time meeting, the hug might have been a little overkill.
そんなこと。うん、だからよかったって。白羽さんは学校に通っていなかったことを気にしているようだけど大丈夫よ。この学院にはアミティエ制度もあるし、クラスメートみんないい子ばかりだったじゃない。
Yeah, until we find the yandere. Until we find the yandere. We have 3 more games to find the yandere if she does not rear her ugly head in this one. It's the nun, don't worry. Will I really?
今もこうして仲良くおしゃべりしているしね。
I nod slightly, encouraged by her kind, friendly smile. She then holds her hand out to me.
それじゃ行きましょう。
She says,
これからどうしようかな。
this is a Yuri visual novel, everybody. Look at this color palette. Holy shit. This is a Yuri-ass Yuri visual novel, okay? If there was ever any doubt whatsoever. What should we do now? Looking up at the deserted school building, I let out a long sigh. Back then... Having solved our misunderstanding, Rika holds out her hand, which was holding the number card given at the end of the interview we just had. She tells me that we should hurry up since the upperclassmen who are going to give us a tour of the campus are waiting. I part ways with her to find the upperclassman with the same number on her chest as I have on my card, but
こんな状況じゃ無理よ。
it's too much. Too much! The upperclassman who's waiting for me, she seems popular, standing in the center of a group of students and laughing with them. First of all, I can't do this right now. I do not have the courage to interrupt when they're having such a good time talking.
途中から怒っていたし。
I had waited for them to finish their conversation, but it seemed like the upperclassmen started getting angry when the freshman, me, didn't show up. Oh, girl, this girl is a disaster. Oh, poor Suo, you are a disaster, Chuck. Come here, let me give you a hug, child. It's only natural since they've been waiting for a long time, but the more time passes, the less I'm able to go over, so I stand rooted to my spot. And then there were none. You're referencing! I say the name of the mystery novel that I had read as a child, wondering what to do next. But the time we're supposed to be back is an hour and a half from now. I don't want to be there by myself. I start walking back to the school building with heavy feet in an attempt to kill time. I must have been wandering around for a half an hour when, all of a sudden, Shirahane-san! A voice calls out and I turn around. Seeing a familiar face coming towards me from down the hall, I am at once filled with joy and an urge to hide. A real Bocchi the Rock moment going on here. I wave weakly to her as she comes trotting down the hallway, and Rika hurries over to me with a smile. Am I on the Rika route? Is that why we're seeing her a lot now? Yeah, about that. If she says I finished early, wouldn't it mean that she did too? She seems to have read my question through my silence as Rika clasps her hands together and explains. It says here in the translator's notes that her guide has IBS. Also, I'm making that up. She says that brightly. She cocks her head at me as if to ask, "What about you?" What should I say? I considered telling her that my guide also had an emergency and had to leave early. But we're in a religious school and God would strike my heathen whore ass dead if I were to lie in his holy sanctuary. I don't want to hurt her again like last night. Girl, get a grip. Suo, I'm gonna need you to get a grip, honey. Actually, I have IBS and had to leave early. Oh God, don't say it. Or did she just tell her the truth? It's probably not IBS. I don't think that there is a Yuri visual novel in existence that has an IBS subplot, people. And that's a market that's wide open if anybody's interested. Rika pulls me by the hand into a corner classroom. Uh-huh. She shows me the impressive mirrored room, and all I can do is say, "Oh," in a squeaky voice. So more like, "Oh." That's about as squeaky as I can get right now. I confess that I was unable to approach the upperclassmen and had wandered about the campus aimlessly. Rika didn't mock me, nor did she laugh at me. She didn't even make fun of me. She offered, and my eyes nearly welled up with tears of joy. The problem for me now, at this moment, is that my hand is being held.
もしかして急ぎすぎて疲れちゃった？
We're going too fast. Ma'am, in what sense? In what sense do you mean?
いえ、そうじゃないわ。そう、私嬉しくなるとつい夢中になっちゃう癖
That's
が
okay. It's a cute characteristic, I think.
早足になってたのかなって思ったから、行き過ぎたところがあったら気にせずに言ってね。
She looks up at me with kind eyes from behind her glasses, and I start to sweat.
まずいわ。
Maybe this is a normal thing between girls, but this is the first time a person the same age and sex as me has held my hand. I'm sweating, and it's all I can do to keep myself from blushing furiously. Enjoy it. Enjoy that moment. That moment you're feeling is not embarrassment. You are experiencing what we call an awakening. Enjoy the ride, honey.
白羽さんはバレエをやったことがあるの？いえ、やったことないです。そう、スタイルもいいし、立ち振る舞いも背筋に芯が通っているように見えたから。
Rika has really been checking this girl out. Rika's going all in. Damn. Yeah, I think we're on the Rika route. I returned the flattery with a forced smile. She's been holding my hand ever since she started giving me this tour. The more I try not to be nervous, the more my palm sweats.
大丈夫かしら？嫌だったりしない？
Nah, it's okay. You're fine, Suo. Don't worry. Since she's holding my hand, she is close enough for me to feel her breath. She's shorter than me, and there's a nice, soft, sweet smell coming from around the collar of her uniform. The femininity of it sends my temperature rising even higher.
学校でバレエを習うなんて不思議な気持ちだわ。クラスメートにレオタード姿を見られるわけだし。
Drink it in, baby. Drink it in. You are attending the best school. I look into her carefree smile. My mind wanders as I think how lovely her long eyelashes are behind her glasses.
ちょっと恥ずかしいわよね、白羽さん。
I don't want to give too much behind the scenes here, but Rika actually kind of looks a lot like me, but I don't do twin tails. Like, she actually kind of looks a lot like me now that I kind of get a look at her and think about, yeah, okay. I can't speak properly, and I look down as I feel my cheeks get hot.
日がよく当たるように作られてるのね。少し暑いわ。次はもう少し涼しげなところに行きましょう。
Is that really the reason it's hot? I wonder if she's already noticed my red face.
お願いします。
That's all I can manage, aware of her soft hands still holding mine. Man, we are like first day into business and we are already holding hands. This is a jam. The next place she leads me to is the library. Somebody gonna get up to something naughty in here. Somebody, you see these pillars of light over here? Like between these bookshelves over here especially? Someone, and I have to imagine it will be Suo, is gonna get kissed by that bookshelf. They're gonna get pushed in. They're gonna be like, oh, you're so close. I'm not saying these things to make fun anyway. I'm not saying these things to make fun of anything. It's just, I'm playing with the tropes a little bit. I'm absolutely here for what this game is putting down. I don't want it to sound like I'm making fun of the game at all. I'm enjoying this quite a bit. A library which is so magnificent that I let out a cry as I stare at it in wonder.
なかなかの蔵書よね。
You will love this place, Suo. You like books. Yo, what the hell? It's amazing! Look at you. Just enjoying the library. She's just floating around with books. There's that slightly moldy smell unique to old books, and the dim lighting to protect the books from damage is calming. The wooden bookshelves rough yet stately. This is my dream library.
本当に私が夢見た通りの図書室だわ。
I can tell it's very dreamlike in here. I step further into the library as though beckoned by an invisible force and stroke a finger down the spines of the books on a nearby shelf.
まるで映画の中の世界みたい。
I'd seen stately libraries like this in the movies, and it had always been my dream to go to one. Then,
本当になるなんて。ここなら涼しいからいいかなって思ったのだけど。
it turns out you're nerding out and you're getting even hotter.
すごいわ。別の意味でよかったみたいね。
Rika just like, nah, dog, like, I'm just showing you some prime makeout spots. I didn't know. I don't really give much of a damn about the books. I'm just kind of showing you somebody's probably going to kiss you here. The ballet room, somebody's probably going to kiss you there while you're doing some cool ballet practice. Like, look, I'm just trying to clue you in on all these things. I turn around as if awakened from a dream. Rika is giving me a look like I'm a child who has just found a toy.
つい夢中になって。
It's okay. It's like the first time I've heard you genuinely super excited this whole game so far. And I think it's adorable.
いいの。図書室を案内して正解みたいね。ここなんていうか映画のセットみたいよね。
It's very moody.
私もそう思ったわ。でしょ？でも案内してくれた上級生の話だとあんまり人気のない施設みたい。今時の本は置いてなくて古書ばかりらしいから。
Well, I'm the Glob Glow Gab Galab and I like books, so bring it on!
そうなんだ。
I stare at the book I've been stroking. The sun-faded yellowing spine somehow feels lonely.
お昼と放課後は開放されているそうだからまた来ましょう。
She urges me on to the next place, and I feel reluctant to leave. However,
来ようと言ってくれた。
right now, just those words are music to my ears.
それじゃ次は私のお気に入りの場所を案内するわね。次の場所へ行きましょう、白羽さん。
She holds out her hand to me, and I at least realized that I at last realized that I had let go of it. Her favorite place is
調理室。
a kitchen, of course. In contrast to the rooms in contrast to the rooms we've seen up until now, which felt somewhat historic, this room has modern appliances installed in it. A simple tiled sink, 2 gas cookers side by side, tableware arranged neatly in clean cabinets. Rika steps forward and spreads her arms out amidst the kitchen counters.
すごいでしょ。
She exclaims.
ここってクラブハウスが並んでいる場所よね。なら。そう、ここもクラブの一つ、料理クラブよ。
It's certainly not the kind of place where they would make all the students' food. Rather, the small kitchen stations lined up together look like the cooking schools I've seen in movies, so it makes more sense that it would be a cooking club.
こんなに立派な設備があるなんて。すごいわよね。これで正式な部ではないって言うんだから驚きよ。正式な部じゃない。それじゃあこれって同好会なの？同好会とは少し違うの。予算は出ているそうだし。
If that's the case, how is it different from an official club?
学院で公認されている正式な部は合唱部、文芸部、天文部の3つだけなんですって。でも他の生徒が学びたいって自発的に人を集めてクラブにしたものが手芸クラブや美術クラブ、それ
Good on them.
料理クラブなんです。
Students should probably want to learn. I take her words in as I look around. It looks too professional to say that the students started it all by
さ
themselves.
すがはお嬢様学校よね。
I tell Rika, who is triumphantly puffing out her chests, that I would be really excited by it if I liked cooking.
私 私別に料理が得意だとか好きだとかじゃないわよ。
She said she brought me here because this is her favorite place. Seeing my expression, not unlike a deer in the headlights, she smiles and waves her hand.
私が気に入ったのはこっち。
You like the food? She walks away from the counters to the wall where there's a shelf with cooking utensils. I follow her.
She likes the knives? She likes the... All right, I think we found the yandere, people. All right, it may be Rika.
どう？品が良いものばかり揃えていると思わない？
I like how they shine. Wouldn't they look wonderful, splattered with blood? Dishes, forks, whisks, tongs, and other utensils are arranged on a shelf like decorations. They look expensive, but... I'm not exactly an expert on cutlery, but the gleaming knives and forks look like they're made of silver. They are expensive. Very expensive!
確かに細工や品質にこだわっているように見えるわね。そうでしょう。上級生に案内されていた時にはじっくり見られなかったから、もう一度見に来たかったの。そうなんだ。
Different strokes for different folks, but silverware? I marvel that someone could be interested in this.
こういうのはデザインだとか使っている材質だとかで良し悪しがあるのかな。
Or maybe it's the bodily pain that they could inflict on someone with them.
あ、やっぱりだわ。ちらっと見た時そうだとは思ったけれど、まさかこんなに珍しい品が置いてあるなんて。私も手に入れるのが大変だったのに。やっぱりこういうのって専門店で買われるの？ええ、自分で比べてみて取り寄せるの。やっぱり品質が違うわ。匂いでわかるもの。匂い？
Yeah, the smell? Are you smelling silverware? Do high quality materials smell better? I've never smelled silverware before. That's such a brainless and weird thing to do. But stainless steel forks and silver forks probably smell different. Especially after they've been soaked in a coat or two of human blood.
ねえ、白羽さんならこの中でどれがお好み？
The one that will cause me the least amount of bodily harm.
どれが？
I'm not particularly attached to eating utensils.
強いて言えば銀製のものを試してみたいかも。銀？
She cocks her head as she gives me an innocently blank look, and I become embarrassed, thinking my choice in silverware was unrefined. But after a moment, Rika claps her hands together.
ああ、シルバーで名が書かれている缶のことね。乳母を選ぶなんて白羽さんも通なのね。
Ova? No, she said tin just now.
ダージリンやアッサムみたいな王道を選んでいるのではないものね。乳母を選ぶところを見るとミルクティーが好みなのかしら。でももったいないのよね。乳母は綺麗な紅色なのにミルクを垂らしてしまうから。ダージリン？
I say, and finally... I at last noticed the square tins lined up at the top shelf above the silverware and understand that she had been talking about tea this whole damn time!
食器マニアじゃなかったんだ。
That's a very silly misunderstanding to have, Suo.
マニア。そうね。そう言われるのは少し嬉しいかも。
Rika gives a satisfied smile. I, on the other hand, turn red at the fact that I'd been so confused.
でもさすがミッションスクールよね。専門店以外でこんなに種類が揃っているのを初めて見たわ。やっぱりお茶会とかあるのかしら。
Oh, you bet your ass there's gonna be tea parties. Oh, don't you even worry.
そうね。あるのかも。
I still haven't recovered from my mistake. Raka gazes at the tea-stuffed tins with twinkling eyes and clasps her hands together.
そうだ。 クラスになった記念にクラスみんなを誘ってお茶会を開いて
Told ya! Gonna have ourselves a tea party! Let's go!
家から茶葉をたくさん持ち込んだから簡単な催しならできると思うし、お茶会か。
Scenes from the novel Anne of Green Gables or the movie Marie Antoinette come to mind. I've always longed to be surrounded by friends at a tea party. You could even call it a dream.
いいかも。
Just ticking stuff off of your list, huh? You're a real Soletta over here.
でしょ？いいアイディアだわ。
I'm lost in my daydreams when I hear a voice right by my ear, and I quickly look up.
白羽さん。何ですか？お誘いしたら白羽さんも参加してくれる？
She squeezes my hand once again, and
どんな？
hello! Hello, man. Heat rises to my neck, and I feel it continue toward my face. Rika's hand wrapped around mine. Just the realization makes me start to sweat all over again.
今度こそちゃんと伝えるのよ。
Do it! You can do it! Let's do it! Let's not mess up! Can you, for once in your stupid, miserable life, Suo, not mess up one single human interaction? Let's go!
私でよければ。
Good job, girl. You've done it. This is a miraculous day for us all. Truly, the Lord is wonderful and has granted your prayers. Welcome to the most magical school you've ever been to.
本当？よかった。楽しいお茶会になりそうね。
I somehow manage a smile in response to her excited words.
かわいい。
This is what I lack, I think, as I watch her bounce a little. If I acted more like Rika, then I would have friends too. Ding dong, bing bong! I look up at the ceiling instinctively at the distant yet clear sound of the bell ringing.
確か終業のチャイムだわ。アミティエの選定が終わったのよ。
Nope, the amitié selection is finished. I think I know who we are partnered with.
アミティエが。
I feel the excitement that had been building inside me go cold, and a different kind of excitement now grips me deep within my heart.
急ぎましょう。白羽さん。
She holds out her hand.
はい。
This girl's getting all the hand time she can. Damn. Pulling back my embarrassment, I gently take her hand. All right, let's go, MEDA system. I think I know who we're picking, though. Staring at the podium, a sense of deja vu comes over me. The freshman class is awaiting the results of the amitié selection without a single cough to break the silence, just like at the entrance ceremony. While waiting for the announcement, I get the feeling that this is not the first time I've felt this
い
way.
つのことだろう。
Filled with a jumbled mix of emotions that could be expectations or fear, I fumble for what lies behind this sense of deja vu that's telling me I have experienced it before.
この学院に来る前の少し前の記憶。
My life at my old school that I just couldn't adapt to.
もっと前。
The day I was put in my grandfather's
あ
care.
の時感じたのは安堵だ。
Mother's death.
違う。私があの時受けた感情は別物だ。母が亡くなった日は今の私が。
Okay, now we're gonna start digging into our past a little bit, like why we're the way we are. Maybe this is an event that very likely shaped us. My mother died, and so it was just me and my father. Although our life was lonely, my father was kind, and I wanted for nothing. I'd been grateful. However,
父は私が耐えられぬほど寂しいの。
oh no! Did he just like marry like the first floozy that came along and now we're... Oh no. Of course I did miss my mother.
父は無口になった私をおもんぱかっていた。
After my mother's death, I became antisocial. But it wasn't out of loneliness. My mother was talkative, and because I would engage her in conversation, he thought I was talkative too. After her death, I simply reverted to my original temperament. He remarried. I remember my stepmother's face, and I realized the deja vu I'm feeling comes from the first time I met that woman. Feeling as though I have defiled my new start at the academy and the amitié with whom I will learn and grow, I squeeze my eyes shut and banish these visions of my family. Right, it worked for Rena. Just only think of happy things. Fill your mind and life with happy things and nothing bad will ever happen. It's better to be optimistic. The feeling of expectation and fear comes naturally with meeting new people, I think, as I shake my head. Then I hear the sound of footsteps ascending to the podium. I look up nervously, and before my eyes is another interstitial title card. I think it's called a gazebo, a word meaning a small building in a garden used for resting. So the term is technically correct, but it is in the same Western style as the campus, lecture hall, and dormitories, and its appearance makes me hesitate to call it a gazebo. It is just like something out of the movie Marie Antoinette. Seeing it standing there proudly among seasonal roses of all colors in bloom is overwhelming. No, there's another reason I feel overwhelmed. Oh, are you our amitié? Is that what happened? Is that why you're here? Are you the amitié of choice? At the end of the table, the Sasaki twins are chatting away boisterously, then... Alright, we're slice of lifing now. Alright, I got you. We're slice of lifing. Oh, look at this refined palate over here. We are going to bake a cake together. She's gonna put icing on our nose, and it's gonna be a very cute scene. I'm waiting. I know where this is going. I'll find your route, don't you worry. What is that supposed to mean, Mayuri asks, a slightly scary look in her eyes. Ignoring Mayuri's question, Rika gets up to fix me some tea without waiting for my answer. I feel out of place. The other reason I feel overwhelmed is that we're having this tea party in this magnificent gazebo with all 20 of our classmates. It's so lively. At first I'd been delighted, thinking that a tea party might be the optimal way to make friends, but... Yeah, it's a bit much. Being thrown into a crowd of 20 people, even I'm not that great at it. I am literally overwhelmed and unable to talk to anyone. I withdraw into myself. Rika, who said she likes both brewing and drinking tea, is gallantly filling her classmates' cups with whenever she spots one that's empty. Now it's my turn. She takes the teapot, which has been keeping warm on the tea mat, and pours the tea into my empty cup, then follows with warm milk. I do as she says and take a drink. Fragrant and bitter. It's clearly different from store-bought tea. The words spill from my lips as I do a double take.
セイロンティーの中では一番渋みと酸味が強いのが特徴なの。刺激的で深い苦味が最高なのよ。独特の後期はウバフレーバーといって、一度ストレートで飲んでみてほしいわ。
Oh, really? I keep saying the same thing, even when I'm given an in.
ごめんね。白羽さんはミルクティーが好きだって言っていたのに、好みまでいろいろ言われたくないよね。そんな。
She'd asked me, someone with no knowledge of tea, what kind of tea I liked, and without thinking, I'd said milk tea. That's all. I would drink whatever Rika recommends. I called her Raka because I literally recently just rewatched Haibane Renmei, and if you've not watched Haibane Renmei, what's your problem? It's very good. I've been avoiding that mistake this whole time playing the game, by the way. As soon as Rika's name popped up the first time, every base instinct from my brain to my tongue goes, say Raka, say Raka, say Raka. That's not it. It's not it. That's not her name. She is my amitié partner, after all.
なんて言ったの?
Perhaps she heard me whispering because she's leaned in closer and is cocking her head. It almost feels as though she's touching my skin through her thin uniform, and I recoil in surprise.
白羽さん? 委員長、リンゴのお茶がなくなったから入れてほしいって。アップルティーが欲しい。
I bet you would. I bet you would.
わかったわ。すぐ用意するわね。ねえ、私的にはジャンピングっていうのが見てみたいな。
Rika looks a bit confused.
あれは茶葉が跳ねるように湧き立たせることを言うのだけど、多分いちごさんはこっちのことを言っているのよね。
She swiftly changes the tea leaves and pours boiling water into the pot. Oh, look at you! Look at you, fancy pants! Look at you go! Wow! We are all impressed! Seen this in a movie! Absolutely! Like Ringo, I'm surprised to see a scene from a movie coming to life before my eyes, and I end up staring at Rika as she pours the tea, and I look with a look of concentration on her face.
本当はカップじゃなくてポットの方へお湯を入れるとき、茶葉を上下運動させるために勢いよく湯を入れることをジャンピングっていうの。そうだったのですか。これは空気をより含ませた方が美味しいから、そのための入れ方なのよ。ねえねえ、今度は私のをやって。仕方ないわね。
She says, but does not seem to really mind as she pours tea into Ichigo's cup.
話す機会なさそうだね。
Mayuri says, stabbing at her cake with a fork, and with a small sigh, I nod.
せっかくアミティエ同士になったのだから、ゆっくり話したいところだ。
It would be. That's right. The results of the amitié selection had been announced. Even though I've been paired with Rika Hanabishi. It was decided that I would be amitié partners with class president Rika Hanabishi. But it seems I had completely spaced out when I heard Rika's name. I finally snapped out of it when Mayuri, who was sitting in front of me, shook me.
ぎょっとしていたけど、花火さんがアミティエになったのが嫌だった？
I kind of was actually hoping to get you like that you would, because I think that you are kind of the more interesting of the two right now, and I kind of just like your look a lot more.
そんなことありません。ただ予想外の名前だったので。
I thought that the person listening to me so attentively right now, Mayuri, would be a good partner. I don't have any problem with it. Okay. You can read it, Suo.
確かに紅茶好きだとは聞いたけど、根っから人をもてなすのが好きなんだろうね。放課後お茶会を開こうなんて考え、思いもつかなかったよ。
Mayuri says this, I look Rika's way. She looks confused at having been offered a cake as thanks for showing her technique. Seeing her, blushing and looking embarrassed as she puts a fork full of cake in her mouth, I think how kind and thoughtful a person she is. Well, I mean, you're gonna be amitié partners for 3 years.
普段飲むのよりもリンゴの香りがする。アップルティーってちゃんと専用の茶葉があるんだね。
Appley. I like that. It's a good adjective. Tastes very appley.
きちんと大別として認められているものだから、フレーバーを茶葉になじませてあるのよ。そうなんだ。また飲みたいな。ねえ、市販のティーパックでもアップルのやつって売ってるかな？大丈夫。ストレートしかない場合でもリンゴを薄くスライスして2切れほどカップに入れて注げばいいの。
There you go.
それで香りは
Ever helpful.
リンゴスライス。
I don't know if we're going to go a yandere route, we may end up seeing sliced apple by the end of this.
あ、それじゃあイチゴの茶葉はストロベリー味とかないの？それは
The pleasant banter of the Sasaki twins, seeing Rika mingling and talking with the other classmates, I think about what will happen from now.
リカさんはいい長だ。
It's probably not impossible to get closer with her even as she takes care of all of our classmates, but we probably won't have much time together as amitié partners, will we? I say and look toward her, but it seems her conversation is finished and she turns to me.
あら、高坂さん、カップが空ね。おかわりはいかがかしら？
She's talking to Mayuri, not me.
いや、だいぶいただいたしね。ん？ああ、そうだ。何でも言って。好みの紅茶を入れるから。よし、それじゃあコーヒーをもらえるかな。
Yeah, you strike me as a coffee gal, and also just straight black coffee. Like, I just kind of got that feeling.
コーヒーですって。
Oh, look at this. Look at their glasses. We got it. We got the glasses, Blair. Let's go. I watch the two of them pretending to be mad as they enjoy their conversation.
ちゃんと話そう。
I make up my mind to talk to my amitié partner in the dormitory where it'll be just the two of us. She and I. I've made that joke twice now. You can't do that. Hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. A quote from The Shawshank Redemption, a movie which has influenced me. In these circumstances, I am compelled to agree with those words. After the nerve-wracking tea party, I part ways with everyone and return to the dormitory. All right, you. Let's sit down and have a heart-to-heart. It's time for us to Yuri. I relax in the room that I will share with Rika Hanabishi, my amitié partner. Then, just as I'd hoped, I have an amitié-like conversation with Rika in our room. We talk about all sorts of things, like our hobbies and hometowns.
私にしてはつまらずに話せたのだから大成功。
You're working through it, baby doll! I'm proud of you! Making progress, look at you go. Could not be happier for our girl right now. I am elated that I can hold a casual conversation with a friend, even if she's just a friend by circumstance. A system-appointed friend. A school-appointed friend. The good system. So much so that the words from The Shawshank Redemption come to mind. That's right, I could recall.
白羽さん、もう片付けが済んだの？
I didn't finish that game. I played it a bit on Game Pass, but it just kind of wasn't my thing. It was a little slow for me. Not yet, I squeak.
荷物の整理が済んだらダイニングルームへ集まるよう言われているのだから手早く済ませた方がいいわ。
Boy, we're really busy. A lot of get-togethers.
そうね。
The words catch in my throat. I go to take my things from my bag. Aww. I feel my cheeks flush as I watch her neatly fold her underwear on the bed before putting it away on the shelf. Ah, it's okay. It's okay. You're just blossoming. You're just blooming into you. Your own little awakening. Perhaps because we are the same sex, she folds her panties without any sign of embarrassment. Seeing this makes me blush.
私服とかはどこに置けばいいのかな。え、学院では制服以外は禁止だって規則に書かれていたでしょ。そうだったっけ。
Oh no, did you make an oopsie poopsie? Even though I'd been able to talk just moments ago, I cannot respond properly now. Perhaps Rika has noticed that I'm being weird because she stops what she's doing and comes over.
どうしたの？何か困ったことがあるなら言ってね。これから共同生活をする仲間なんだから。仲間。そうよ。アミティエなんだから気兼ねなく話してほしいわ。
She looks up at me with a gentle smile.
そうだわ。これから一緒に生活するのだから、これくらいで照れていてはダ
Yeah,
メ。
just let it all out, girl. Just let it go. There cannot be any secrets. We're gonna live together for 3 years. It's time. It's time to just let it all out. Let your belly out. Let out the biggest belch you got. Rip a couple farts on your bed. Just get used to it. I've made up my mind.
共同生活なんだから着替えとかだって。お着替え？ダイニングホールに集まってみんなでお食事だって言われていたけど、お食事の前に着替えるの？
She really does squeak. Afraid I might have shown my true colors, I feel my neck get hot again and it goes silent. She cocks her head and looks at me in confusion.
おや、ノックをして入った方が良かったかな。
Yeah, people might be folding underwear in here.
それは
You
そう
born in
でしょ。
you born in a goddamn
共同生活な
barn?
のよ。親しき中にも礼儀ありでしょ。
Mayuri stands before the open door looking at us like a child who's just found a toy.
そういうまともな返しをするなんて、委員長はなかなかに肝が据わっているんだね。隔絶された女の園だよ。噂されるような状況は作らない方がいいな。
An isolated world of girls.
何を言って。
She points to the bed with the folded underwear and then to her own hand. Rika, who has just realized she's still holding her panties, is clearly dismayed as not just her cheeks but her entire face turns crimson.
これは。
It's okay. It's okay.
やっと気づいたようだね。旗から見れば、
Yeah!
白羽さんに迫っているみたいだね。
There's your rumor to spread. Panty monster! Panty monster's after me! No!
違う。私は何か白羽さんが困っているようだったから。
She was worried about underpants.
本当かい？
There's laughter in Mayuri's eyes and Rika looks at me with a serious face.
本当よ。
I nod my confirmation. Hearing me agree, Rika lets out a sigh of relief.
なんだ、誤解なのか。同室の相手が変わった趣味の持ち主だなんて少し面白そうだと思ったんだけどね。
何を言っているのよ。
What are you talking about?
冗談だよ。まあ、女同士だからってあんまり大っぴらにしない方がいいってことさ。
Right? She asks, smiling at me. I reply with a yes. Hearing that it's a joke, Rika starts to open her mouth, but she takes a glance at the panties still in her hand and hurries back to the bed.
早く荷物の整理をした方がいいわ。もうすぐ食事よ。
階段の突き当たりでばったり佐々木、あれは姉かな。彼女と会ったのさ。
They seem like a delight. I think that you just count yourself as blessed. I would absolutely be happy to have that conversation.
そう。
Her curt answer feels somehow off.
早く整理した方がいい。いえ、それよりも。
I look at the cheery Mayuri.
さっき。
Yeah, she said person I'll be sharing a room with. What's going on with that? I stare at Mayuri with an uneasy lump in my throat.
どうしたんだい？
白羽さんもせかしてるのよ。遅れたら連帯責任だわ。
That's right, we're partners now. Whatever happens to me happens to you. We're gonna go rob banks. Ah, so that's it. How did I not notice it before?
ベッドを。
Yep.
ああ、遅れた私が悪いんだから、ベッドは真ん中でいいよ。下は委員長が取ったようだしね。
That's right. Up until now, I'd been so nervous that I hadn't noticed, but
この部屋、3人。
this is a 3-person room! Yes! This is the best possible outcome. I mean, obviously, like, the Fruit Sisters would have been a fun, that would have been a fun idea too, but I think you'd only get so much out of that. But this is just spicy. This is just rife with drama. Ooh, I can feel it. It's palpable now. Ooh, we're gonna get so Yuri.
高坂さんも同室なの？
ひどいな。私だけ小公女みたいな生活をしろっていうのかい？
屋根裏部屋？このドミトリーってあったかしら？
冗談だよ。
Me too, says Rika's distant voice.
それじゃ、嘘か。
No way. Is this for real? Both of my dream girls? Holy crap! You could write a visual novel about this! I recall the quote from Shawshank Redemption once again, then sit down on the floor in confusion.
その様子じゃ、もしかして。
白羽さん？高坂さんが何かしたの？違うの。変な質問かもしれないけど。
I take another breath.
高坂さんもこの部屋で共同生活をするの？
I ask.
そうか。なるほどね。
The two of them look more astonished than anything by my question. But
でもアミティエは花火師さんでしょ？共同生活の相手はアミティエだけだって。これってもしかして？
ああ、なんでかはわからないけど、行き違いか話を聞いてなかったみたいだね。
話？
not listening. I think back to the Amitié selection at the lecture hall. The teacher in charge of the selection committee said Rika Hanabishi was my Amitié partner.
ね、白羽さん。何か思い違いをしているようだけど。
There are 3 people per Amitié group. Huh?
選考で名前が呼ばれてから最後、今年から2人組のアミティエよりも3人組でのアミティエの方がコミュニティ能力が上がるだろうからそうなったって。
Well, isn't that convenient? And there's like 2 girls that I'm really already kind of into. That's crazy. I'd gotten stuck on the word partner indicating 2 people.
報道で選考委員の方からリッカさんの名前が出た時。
The very name I had hoped for.
緊張から聞き逃してしまったのね、きっと。
それか、よほど花火師さんの名前が出て喜んだから。
Damn! Damn! Don't let that fly, Suo! Her guess is right on the mark, and I blush and look down. Mayuri smiles surreptitiously while Rika's white skin turns redder and redder.
ゆりさんもアミティエに？
Lucky you! First I get to be partners with Rika, and now with Mayuri? This is wonderful! But... oh, what should I say? While it's true that I am happy she's my Amitié partner, it's not quite as Mayuri says. A partner I'll live with from here on out. It could get awkward. I've got to resolve our misunderstandings.
あれ、黙ったままなんて本当に図星だったのかな。
ね、白羽さんは落ち着いた大人の女性なんです。呆れているのよ。
Don't worry, she's just got, some bochi problems. I hear their words over my head as I stare at my nails, trying to escape reality. Then I noticed my handkerchief has fallen on the floor. I go to pick it up. Look at you. Aren't you adorable? That is what Rika said. I wiped the sweat that has beaded on my forehead with the handkerchief in my hand. What an old saying, she says, and looks once again to where Mayuri was pointing. When she turns her eyes to me, she suddenly freezes. Her white skin turns even redder as she points. Look what you done did! It's such a dumb gag, but it's genuinely funny. Yeah, your handkerchief. My handkerchief, it's, well... It's a little more lacy than I remember. This thing in my hand turns out to be what Rika had been folding on her bed. Yep, off to a great start. Absolutely killing it, girl. You go. I can hear her chuckling. I stand there clutching her panties, wondering what I should do. My brain frozen like my body, I look up at the indigo evening sky peeking in through the window. That was lovely. A delight. Oh. When I think of her, I think of a queen. A beautiful queen, spoiled beyond repair. Proud and aloof, with no qualms about hurting the feelings of others. But as I watch her march those girls to the gallows and flay their hearts to bloody ribbons, I cannot help but feel that she is waiting for her turn to come. So this is yandere. Great. This is the story of my encounter with the queen. One step, sweet step. So that'll be chapter 2. Once we get a point here where we can drop big old save. Oh, we could right click? No, it's not right click. How was I saving it? Where is it at? There it is. Okay. Boom. All right. So that is going to do it for this part. That was absolutely delightful. I can't believe I didn't expect the Amitié system twist where it would be 3 people to a room. I can't believe I didn't notice that for some reason. But yeah, I can absolutely see now that this is going to be a love triangle. So I have to, so now I don't know for sure if we're on the Rika route or not. I guess going forward, maybe we'll find, maybe all the choices matter now. I don't know. The thing's blooming. We'll just have to see. Hey, I know something about this game that's kind of funny, actually. This did not get fixed, in any later past versions of this game, but it was fixed in all the other versions. If you go into config, and then you go back to well, it didn't do it now. It's supposed to mess up. Maybe if I go into load. Hold on. We'll get this. I'm just wasting time now. Why am I doing this? Okay, way to just prove me wrong. I look like a gigantic dickhead in front of everybody. Thanks, flowers! Anyway, the next time, we'll probably start falling in love with somebody now that we've got our happy little threesome. We'll talk to you next time. Bye!